Hello everyone and welcome back to my short videos on business studies. Today we will look at the last component of management and leadership. The topic we'll talk about today is emotional intelligence. So as you can see, today I'm like a reporter, all right? And what I'm going to do is tell you a bit about emotional intelligence. Now, if you've read in your books and things like that, this uh, portion or this knowledge on emotional intelligence is brought to you by this person called Daniel Goleman, who wrote this book, all right, on emotional intelligence. And basically what he says is that to be emotionally intelligent is to be aware of yourself, all right, and to be aware of people around you. Okay, so essentially that's what it means. So apart from having a very high IQ, he believes that managers or leaders need to have this awareness about themselves and how um, they are with people, and how to also be very alert or aware about people around them as well. Okay, and so in today's lessons, we're going to look at two parts, right? How do you become emotionally intelligent, or how do managers become emotionally intelligent? And what if you do become emotionally intelligent? What are the benefits that managers would gain, right? So, in other words, why is it so important to be emotionally intelligent? So, let's move on to the next slide so that we get to learn more about this part. Okay, now let's talk more about emotional intelligence, or EI. All right, it's a skill that managers need to adapt in order to communicate with others better for effective leadership, apart from having the personal qualities of a leader. So if you recall, we have studied about leadership and what are the personal qualities, right? To be incisive, to be able to think outside of the box, right? To be able to engage and motivate, right? It's an art, right? Now, besides having those personal qualities of a leader, it is also important to have that ability, all right, to communicate, to adapt, all right, to others better, all right, because how else would leaders be able to achieve, all right, the organizational goals if it's merely just instructing or telling somebody else what to do, but not understanding what they're capable of, or understanding the leader themselves, what he or she is able to do, all right? So now, according to Goldman as well, there's four components to emotional intelligence, right? Because I think you would have studied in your books and in classes and things like that, and you are aware that these videos are to help refresh those memories, right, from class. So what I'll do here is put out those four components first, which is self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and social skills, right? So in other words, the four pillars of emotional intelligence for anyone, even if you're a manager or not, if you want to pick up a skill like this, is to have self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and social skills. So I think you can see a bit of a difference between the self portions and the social portions, right? Now, as usual, the description of these components is all jumbled up, as you can see here, right? And this is done with good intentions, right? Just to test your memory, so to speak. So what I'll do is leave you some time here to try to match the correct description to the correct component, and then we'll look at your answers in the next slide. All right, so I hope you're able to finish that in time. Let's look at the answers now. Self-awareness. Self-awareness is basically knowing and understanding one's own emotions. So when you're self-aware, you know yourself, what makes you angry, what makes you sad, right? You're aware that you could be a little bit of a hot-tempered person sometimes, perhaps. So knowing and understanding your own emotions is the first step of being emotionally intelligent, being self-aware of yourself. So the word self-aware means on your own self, being aware, right? Now, secondly, self-management, right? Now, what does this mean? You're able to apply your own emotions to a situation, all right? So when something happens, you're able to manage yourself well, all right? To use your emotions well to attempt that particular situation, to react in that particular situation. So you're able to apply your own emotions well. So self-management, how you manage yourself in a particular situation. If that situation is very tenseful or stressful, you're able to manage your emotions so that it would not look as if you're too angry or too mad and things like that. Now, social awareness. Social awareness is the ability to understand the emotions of others. Now, social awareness here refers to people around you, and you are able to understand what others are feeling. All right, you're able to see that in your team or among your friends in school that one person is feeling down or out, and you are aware of how they feel. All right. Now, social skills, on the other hand, is to manage relationships and emotions of other people. Now, if you're aware about how they feel, you know how to manage those emotions with them, right? Social skills means being able to communicate to your friend who's feeling down, all right? Because you're aware about how they feel, so you have the skills now to manage and to talk to them and to ensure that, well, they feel a bit better. All right. So to be emotionally intelligent is it takes a lot more than what we think, because it is about going deeper into yourself. All right, to understand who you are before you can know who others are, and before you can actually help others and help yourself. Okay. So, yeah, that's the answers for the previous exercise, and I hope you got them almost correct. If you did not, don't worry. This is a practice, right? Now, let's look at some of the benefits of adapting EI, all right? Like if you as a person or managers, all right, for that matter, if they do attempt to adapt, to learn about emotional intelligence and to be self-aware, to be able to manage themselves, to be socially aware and to develop social skills, what are the benefits would they gain? All right. Now, in terms of self-awareness, when you know and you understand your own emotions better, you're able to recognize and understand the influence of your own emotions on others. Because you are aware of how you behave, you would able to recognize that, how you would be reacting and how your behavior would be influencing others. And that would really help, right, as a manager. Okay. Now, in terms of self-management, when you're able to apply your own emotions to a situation, then you're able to manage your emotions better. And you're able to know how to react better to minimize the influence on others. All right. And when you're socially aware, okay, then the benefit would be you would be more sensitive to other emotions and you recognize their needs and motivation. You have a friend who is down and sad, you would be more sensitive to their emotion, to your friend's emotions, and you would recognize that something is amiss. Okay, that's being socially aware, and that's a benefit of being socially aware. Now, in terms of social skills, right, the benefit of managing relationships and emotions of other people is basically that when you have good social skills, you know how to manage the emotions of other people. You know what to say, you know how to react, you know what to, provide for them to help them feel better. All right. So, as managers, just imagine managers having this set of skills, right, a part of being very smart and capable and independent and innovative and the whole works of having a personal qualities of a the leadership, but also having a strong hand or a strong experience or a strong awareness about themselves and how to manage other people, right, this really helps them get the objectives achieved, or it gets the job done, right, besides being having merely the qualities of a personal qualities of a leader. Okay. Okay, so when you see this slide, you know that we're at the tail end of our presentation, and we are going to summarize, or basically, summarize to explain the things that you would be able to take home from today's class, right? Now, you would be able to understand and explain what emotional intelligence is from today's class, right? Hopefully, you would be able to understand and explain what it is, and you also should be able to see why EI is important to be adapted or to be adopted by leaders, all right, in their daily work, right? Or basically, we're talking about the benefits of EI, okay? And you understand the 4 components of emotional intelligence, okay? Right. Now, this is the end of today's lesson, okay? And we are at the last component of management and leadership. So that means a new unit, a new chapter will be covered in the next lesson, all right? We would be looking at motivation, which is a part of people in organizations as well, all right, or management leadership, right? Now, if you have questions to ask, please email it across to teach@savage.com.my. I will respond to you as soon as I receive them, and hopefully as soon as I can. All right. In the meantime, if you find this video useful, please do share with your friends, like, subscribe, and share as much as you can. Until I see you in the next video, have a wonderful, wonderful day ahead.